And Namaskar. This is Dr. Sudarshan Sambhajirao Pedgi, Assistant Professor, Department of Zoology, Kailaso Sirasika Mahavidyalaya Devani, your zoology companion, and welcome to today's lecture. In the last lecture, we have studied classification of carbohydrate, then structure of carbohydrate, and in the property of carbohydrate, there are two property we have studied, that is chemical property and physical property. Okay, today we will start next topic, that is the biological properties of carbohydrate. Okay, so let's get started today's lecture. In the biological properties of carbohydrate, there are four properties there, and this property is a very important property. First is the digestion of carbohydrate, second one is the absorption of carbohydrate, third one is the nutrition, and fourth one is the glycemic index. Okay, these four properties are very important. First biological property, digestion of carbohydrate. We know very well carbohydrate are the major nutrients and in the body needs for growth, repair, movement and maintaining tissue as well as organ function. Okay, among the carbohydrates only the monosaccharide forms are absorbed, not all. Okay, if we have eat some dairy products, that time it contain lactose. Okay, that lactose it will be formed in the galactose and glucose. Okay, that is the disaccharide. Lactose is the disaccharide. Okay, that lactose it will be the converted into the simple sugar. It means the glucose and galactose, and then it will be absorbed in our body. Okay, it means that is the carbohydrates only the monosaccharide forms are absorbed, not all. Okay, another, that is the after the completion of this process, that is the digestion process, then starts absorption process. Okay, next, that is the amylase. Okay, we know very well, if we have taken starch, okay, starch food, okay, that food contain a very large amount of starch, that it will be hydrolyzed with the help of amylase enzyme. Okay, generally amylase enzyme is present in our salivary gland and pancreatic glands. Okay, that salivary amylase is a glucose polymer cleavage enzyme that is produced by the salivary glands. Okay, okay, in that, during the digestion of starch is partially transformed into maltose by the pancreatic or salivary enzymes. Okay, that is called amylase, and amylase digests starch into smaller molecule, ultimately yielding the maltose. Right. Okay, maltose, dextrinase and sucrose are the intestinal enzyme. Maltase, dextrinase and sucrase are the intestinal enzyme. It means they have secreted intestine. Okay, maltase, dextrinase, sucrase are the intestinal enzyme. Okay, if you taken sucrose, okay, that is the sucrose, it will be breakdown of sucrase enzyme into glucose and fructose, which are used by the body fuel. Okay, means sucrose generally we have used by the body fuel. Okay, after that, that is lactose is degrades into the lactase. Okay, lactose lactase enzyme are digest lactose present in a lactose present in the generally we have seen in the dairy products. Okay, that is the milk, curd, as well as buttermilk. Then in that dairy products it contain large amount of lactose, and that lactose it will be firstly mixed with the lactase enzyme and hydrolyze and converts into the simple sugar, that is the glucose and galactose. Okay, after that this glucose and galactose it will be absorbed by the intestinal wall. Okay, another that is a trehalose, one particular monosaccharide. That monosaccharide generally present in the blood sugar of insects. Okay, that will be useful for the energy source at the time of flight. Okay, that insect it will be useful for the flight. Okay, and that trehalose is converted into the trehalase enzyme into the sugar. Okay, and when this converted at the time of flight. Okay, of insects. Okay, another next one is the absorption of carbohydrate. We know very well in the last slide, that is the sucrose as well as lactose. It will be sucrose, it will be the converted into the with the help of sucrase enzyme. Okay, after the sucrase enzyme hydrolyze and formation of or convert into the glucose and fructose monosaccharide form, that then absorption it will be started, means absorbed in our body. Okay, that is the absorption process. Okay, glucose and galactose. Okay, in the intestinal tract one protein is there. Okay, which protein is the SGLT1 protein. Okay, and that protein it will be helps the body absorption. Okay, means it will be help the absorption of any type of carbohydrate, proteins, fats. Okay, at the time of sorry uh, absorption process. Okay, SGLT1 protein. Okay, after that, that is the glut in the intestinal tract. Okay, glut glut 2 is the major glucose transporter. Okay, it means protein cannot be transported glucose, but the glut second it will be the major glucose transporter into the beta cell, and this glucose or this carbohydrate transported into the beta cell. The total process is called absorption of carbohydrate. Okay, another second one is the nutrition. Okay, third biological property is the nutrition. Okay, we know very well carbohydrate is the energy giving nutrients. Okay, instant energy it will be given by the carbohydrates. Okay, including starch, sugar and fiber. Okay, generally in these nutrients we have consumed day to day life. Okay, another that is the sugar are simplest form of carbohydrate. The starch is are complex form of hydrolyzed into sugar form. Okay, sugar is the simple form, that is the monosaccharide form, but the starch are the complex form, is disaccharide. Okay, and that will be hydrolyzed into the form of sugar. Okay, and another that is the carbohydrate giving energy. There's 1 gram of carbohydrate equal to 4 calories. Okay, another next is the glycemic index. That low glycemic index food will cause blood glucose level into increase more slowly after meal. Okay, okay, another that is the high glucose glycemic index. In that foods causes more rapid rise in blood glucose level. Okay, and is suitable for energy recovery. Okay, after exercise we have, as well as hypoglycemic person, it will be taken this food product. Okay, that is the high glycemic index. That food products, it will be increase blood sugar level as compared to low as well as medium glycemic index uh, food products. Okay, in the low glycemic index food products is the pulses, small seeds, walnut, cashew, grain, vegetable, fruits, and unpeeled sweet potato. These are the very low glycemic index food product, and that it will be helpful for the very slowly increase the blood sugar level as compared to the high glycemic index food products. Okay, in the high glycemic index food product contain glucose, white bread, corn syrup, white rice, corn flakes, extruded, that is the pasta. Okay, and peeled potato and maltose. These are the high energy giving source or high glycemic index food products, that it will be generally we have used in this product after the energy recover, sorry, after the exercise. Okay, why? Because that time we have energy recover. Okay, or these food products generally giving hypoglycemic person, it means the low blood sugar level. There is a some person we have seen that is the some are the high glucose level as well as some are the low glucose level. There is the sugar, it will be the down. That person, it will be taken these products. Okay, that is the high glycemic product. Okay, and thank you. So in the last lecture we have seen that is the properties of, sorry, biological properties of carbohydrate. Okay, in that chapter, that is the we have seen first of all classification of carbohydrate. Second one is the structure of carbohydrate. Another, that is the properties of carbohydrate, in that physical, chemical as well as biological properties we have seen. Okay, it means all concept it will be clear in this lecture. Okay, okay, in the next lecture we will focus on another biomolecules, that is the next biomolecule is the protein. Okay, so thank you very much once